you have your host, Flex618. And also, I have a special guest today. His name is King Clutch, aka Bats. That's what you may know him for, Bats Balboa. We are both music producers slash musical artists. What I want to know today is what's your story? We are broadcasting live, representing East St. Louis, and we want to know what's your story out here. Okay, if you got success, how did you get to success? If there's something that you see in these streets that you just don't agree with, please chime in and let us know. If you're an artist and you're finding out that it's a little hard out here, it's a little difficult out here because things of like we don't have a fucking network or there's no support or nobody comes together for shit and they hate on you and it's a dick riding sausage fest train out here. All right, just talk to us and let us know. Okay, so for starters, I guess I would start the first subject. I would start the first subject out here about this police brutality thing that's been sweeping the nation. What's been going on? There was a year of 2000. There was 2000 or 2001, one of them. And then there was like a Cahokia and East St. Louis game, the basketball rivalry back then, and the football rivalry. It probably still stands to this day. They put one of our games in the Civic Center because they know people are gonna come out. It's gonna be a hell of a game. But anyway, I had on that South Pole when South Pole and shit was popping. You feel me? I had the South Pole on, and I had on the South Pole sweater, and it was gray and it had stripes. But somebody else there had a sweater on just like me. But the person that had the sweater on just like me decided to fight with a fucking cop and won. And the cop was a female. So I'm walking out. I was with Darrell Washington at this time. I'm walking outside of the gym because it was halftime, and I wanted to try to get me a snack or something. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to try to go get me some popcorn or whatever the fuck they had over there, hot dog, wherever it may be, a bottle of water, a quart of juice, something. And I walked out there, and then they gonna say, "Ooh, that's him right there." I'm like, "Who the fuck they talking to? What they mean, him right there?" That's him right there. He's the one that was fighting. Okay, so they tell me that I have to leave. I'm like, dude, I just got here. I'm like, I just walked out here. I've been sitting up there the whole game. I ain't do shit. They didn't want to hear that shit. And then they told me that I better leave. So I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. And I started walking. I'm scarred to life to this day because these motherfuckers picked me up and put me on my head right there. Now, me being only like a Bill 75 and being picked up on my head, I didn't give a fuck if it was a cop. I don't give a fuck if it was the president of the United States. I'm getting up fighting. So I got up fighting for a while. I'm just being real. They picked me up, they put me on my head and I started to fight. I didn't wait much, so it wasn't a long one. It was pretty quick. And then they put their knee on top of my head. And they left it there until they got me cuffed. So when they picked me up, the people that were standing there and they know that I wasn't the one fighting them, they all looking around and shit like that's wrong. I'm like, yeah, that's right. They're gonna hear from my fucking lawyer. This cop decides to grab me by my fucking throat and choke me and like he held me down and just like didn't let my back hit the ground. He was grabbing me by my neck, holding me that way. And I spit in his face. He was like, "What you say?" And I spit in his face. He couldn't do what he wanted to do because everybody was watching, so he waited until he put me inside the car. So he set me inside the back of the car and he bammed my ass. Hit me in my motherfucking face. You hear me? And told me, next time I see you, I'm gonna bust your ass. Ha, we know what happened to you, sir. But anyway, I was sitting down in the car and I look outside and it's females from my school crying like, what's wrong? I didn't even know at this time, and my shit was bloody. I had blood rolling down my face. People know that I ain't fuck with nobody back then. People used to try to fuck with me. I had to fight. You feel me? But they know I don't fuck with nobody for no good reason. They know I wasn't involved in that shit. And they up here trying to figure out what's going on with me. And next thing I know, they standing there crying and shit. And next thing I know, it's a fucking ride squad truck pull up and they gassing and pulling out fucking dogs and some more shit. And they took me down to the police station. And my family beat me to the police station. And they came and got me out. and they tried to hit me with trespass and disorderly conduct and assault on a police officer. Now let me tell you, not one of these people were white. Okay, this happened to me by my own kind. These black East St. Louis cops did this shit to me. Okay, and they didn't know that. They didn't know that one of my family members was head homicide detective in there. You feel me? So when all this shit was going on, my family did what they were supposed to do. They didn't make the complaint with the officers like they were supposed to, but we went back up to the school to try to get the footage, and they gonna tell us, oh, we didn't have the cameras on. They was full of shit. They was lying, but you got your case. Anyway, you know, justice come in many different forms. You know, I'll say everybody got what they deserved. I got to court and shit, it wasn't nothing on there. You feel me? I walked in and I walked out. All of that shit was dropped. And the only thing that really fucked me up before I even got my life started and graduated from high school is that when you ever would look up my criminal history, it'll show you what I was arrested for. So that shit followed me. Okay, that shit followed me all the way up to adulthood. You feel me?
A case of mistaken identity.
Mistaken identity. And me not doing shit. Me not doing shit. Followed me my entire life. I couldn't even get a job until they saw that I lived in St. Louis, and until I lived in South County, and I had to wear like khaki shorts and Aeropostale polo shirts and seashells and open toe sandals and shit. I had to reinvent myself. When that shit happened to me, I just really lost all trust for the police because I felt that they could get away with anything. But real talk, motherfuckers would die to get revenge, and I'll just let you know that right now. It just is what it is. Because the thing is, the officer that choked me out that choked me that day, he did some crooked shit and they blew his trailers off the motherfucking bricks. They blew his trailer off the bricks and he got exactly what he deserved. I had no part in that, but his trailer got blew off the fucking bricks. The thing is, if I see him to this day, I've prepared my entire life. If I see him today to make sure that I will beat his motherfucking ass. I've went to the military. I've learned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I know how to kickbox. I am very fluent with my boxing. You feel me? I know all types of sorts of shit. I could kill you with my bare hands. But I prepared for the moment if I ever see you again. And I hope you see this video. I hope one of your family members see this video. I swear to God, I will give you my address. If I ever see you again, sir, I will politely smack the shit out of you first, just for the disrespect. And then I will beat your ass. As far as the rioting and shit, and people rioting out here and looting, and people saying about, oh, you shouldn't be destroying your own communities. What you think about that, Bass? I'm just gonna go ahead and touch on it. I want to know what you think about that.
I don't have a problem with none of it because they weren't paying attention at first when we tried to be peaceful. They didn't pay attention, so now we got their attention.
But
we got to do what we're doing.
But I'm still seeing people. I'm still seeing people. Yeah, it is. That's right. These people. These people are saying that that we are foolish for burning our shit. What about Tulsa and shit? What about all these other places and shit?
Those are corporations. They have insurance.
This is also right. They're going to get that shit back. They got a system set up to where they can get it back. You see, they just threw us a stimulus check, gave everybody.
But when they kill one of us, we can't get our life back. So burn it down to the ground. Won't bother me.
It wouldn't bother me anyway. Like, I just feel that we could. I just feel that this is just what it takes, guys. It's what it takes for you people to fucking listen to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole race thing. this whole race thing that you guys are experiencing, I can guarantee you that every black man that you know have been looked at some type of way just because he was black. And if you say that you ain't been looked at that way, then you probably that blind person that thought he was that thought he was white. That's what you got to. Got to be that blind person that's thinking that you white, but you really black with your "Let's Make America Great Again" hat on or some shit.
That's very true. I'm gonna give you a prime example. You know, since the COVID pandemic, we have to wear masks inside of stores, certain stores anyway. So I went inside of Walmart, and I was on my way out to pay for my stuff, and I had on a Nike baseball cap, a dad hat, and I had a black mask on my face. And a white lady walked up to me and said, "Oh my God, you look like a gangster." And I was like, "Lady, how does a gangster look?"
How does a gangster look?
The gangsters and the old gangsters, they wore suits.
That's right. That's where the first gangsters came along. They wore suits.
So I don't know whether she was implying. I'm just a black man trying to protect my health.
Do you even know how the gangsters was formed, bro? How a gangster really was formed?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you. I can go all the way back in history and tell you.
Please, because I want to hear you. I want to hear what you know.
There was some guys on the boat. They went to Africa and they stole people. They looted the whole country. They looted people for a country of people. That's how gangsters was started. That was the first gangster.
But how did it get out to the street other than white people doing it, though? Well, not white people. Christopher Columbus and these Britain people doing it.
I have no idea. I can't answer that one.
You want to know how it started out here?
No.
New York. See, the mob is one of the oldest gangs. Salute, first of all and foremost, salute. Respect to you. I really appreciate your contribution to the community. See, the thing is, the gangsters came about back when there was just like a ton of people moving to New York. They had buildings out here, but these buildings were in really bad shape, horrible living conditions, and they was just really trying to fill people in. And then you had the Great Depression. Look, people just got fucking tired. So what they started doing is they started wearing zoot suits. This was brought up from the Mexican community. They started wearing zoot suits, and they were like real big, like in Living Color style, MC Hammer style. You feel me? But yes, okay. They didn't have nothing. They didn't have nothing. You know how black people was treated. We had to use different bathrooms because of the color of our skin. They just really got tired of it, and they started mobbing. You hear me? They started taking control of the areas, taking control of the businesses and shit, getting a tax in the business. They looked at it as if Uncle Sam could tax everybody for what they do, then we should be taxing Uncle Sam as well. You feel me? So they started hitting the businesses and started taxing these people. And that's how you got it started. They weren't like, the original gangster wasn't like sagging, do-rag, what they appear to call a black person now. Original gangster was a smooth, dapper motherfucker in some Stacey Adams in a Armani suit. You feel me?
No, they still here. They still exist. It's
they do.
Levels, dude. It's like corporate thugging and you got street thugging. Like,
but they don't consider them thugs, though. You feel me? They don't consider them thugs. We are those thugs.
It's called the United States. That's what it's called. The government. That's what it's called. Come on, tell me where I'm lying.
I'm not arguing with you.
So I'm saying, tell me where I'm lying. It still exists.